I've been reviewing makeup here on YouTube for a decade now, and there is a bunch of brands that I feel like I have a pretty extensive knowledge about. So when I started filming these full face of a brand, letting you know which ones are the best parts of the brand and which ones are the worst parts of the brand, according to me, of course, I knew that Natasha Denona had to be one of those brands, because I have tried bigger parts of the brand and I have been using this brand for quite an extensive time. There is no one is surprised when I'm saying that I love Natasha Denona eyeshadows. I think Natasha Denona eyeshadows is probably top 3 best like mainstream eyeshadows that you can get. So I'm not necessarily going to go through all of the palettes here today. I am going to be talking a little bit about the 2 newest products that Natasha Denona has, which is the mini palette. This is the mini Gloom palette, which is a fall release from Natasha Denona, just came out, and the new liquid bronzer that I have been using quite a lot lately. But this is going to be a little bit of a different video because yes, I love the eyeshadows. I think most of the eyeshadows are really good quality. I have videos ranking these eyeshadows, letting you know which ones are my favorites. I will leave, I think I have a Natasha Denona playlist. I will put that down below, and that is basically all about eyeshadow palettes. But I want to talk about the other products today. And I know, and I think, if I am gonna take a stab in the dark, I think this is a stab in broad daylight. I think that the concealer from Natasha Denona is probably their best-selling product ever. But it's one of my least favorite products myself from the brand. That concealer just do not work for me, and I want to let you know why. And why I won't be using it today, because I actually decluttered it. And I actually don't have the foundation either, because I almost used mine up. This used to be my absolute favorite foundation for the longest time. It's called Foundation X. I think it is being slowly phased out. It is on a deep discount on the website. You can actually use my discount code Angelica. It is an affiliated code. You can use that on the Natasha Denona website and you will get a little bit of a discount. I think it's 10 or 15%. I know they changed it up a little bit as of late on the website in case you want to make an order, if you want to buy a palette, or if you want to make any kind of order, you can always get a discount at Natasha Denona website with that code. But the foundation, I think, is being phased out. I don't think it's available on Sephora any longer, and I see that it's on a deep discount on the website. It used to be my favorite foundation. I used to call it editorial full coverage, which was a very thin foundation, which is now kind of the norm with the full coverage foundations. And it was kind of not the first one, but it was a refreshing take on a full coverage foundation in the sea of very thick full coverage foundations. You remember those thick ones? I'm talking about the Pro Filter one from Fenty. I'm talking about the first one from Huda. That atrocious full coverage foundation from Tarte that everybody loved for a while. It was actually like mousse. I did not like that one at all. But it is old. I almost used it up and I did declutter it because it was pretty old in my collection. And I'm, spoiler alert, this year when we're doing a declutter, I am really going to be harsh with old makeup. Like, it needs to leave the premises of my collection. So instead, I am going to be using the liquid bronzer on its own to contour my face, because that's what I did during vacation, because I want to show you this one, pretty full coverage. Okay, let's see if we can get this hair out of the way, and I am going to show you what I mean and what I've been doing this vacation with the bronzer, because I don't have the concealer. I'm going to be using a different concealer, and while I apply like these products, I can talk about why I declutter the concealer and why this well-loved concealer just doesn't work for me. I'm doing 1.5 squirt. You can see I've been tanning really bad this summer, like bad or good, I don't know. This is my natural tan. This is how my skin looks when I'm in the sun. And my bronzer is pretty much the same color. This is in the shade, which shade did I get? Why is all the, am I old or is the writing really small on the products nowadays? Bonfire. I have it in Bonfire. I think it's the medium one. I will say it's a really good one, but I wish it was a little bit more golden for my preference. Again, you can see I tan pretty golden, but it works out pretty good. So I have been on a 2-week vacation to the sun, and I didn't bring a single foundation. And I'm actually really happy I didn't, because it made me like, how do I do my makeup without foundation? And one of the ways that I've been doing it is with that bronzer, because this bronzer, First of all, it is pretty liquidy and it is pretty lightweight. It's not heavy, but it is pretty full coverage. So I would say you really don't need to have foundation under this bronzer. It's got some coverage, okay? You don't need to do foundation and then bronzer underneath. You will get like a light coverage, like foundation just with this bronzer, honestly. So I have been using this one to color in the perimeters of my face, which I'm doing right now. And also a little bit on my neck because, I mean, I don't really tan here that much. I'm just trying to match this to the rest of my face, or like the rest of my body. I'm trying to match my face to the rest of my body, if I could speak. And I also do a little bit over my nose because that's where you get a little tan. And the concealer from Natasha Denona, I really like this one. If you like a full coverage, or like a high coverage liquid bronzer that is easy to blend out, but definitely has coverage, it's really good. It's like, it's pigmented, let's put it like that. So the concealer, everybody and their mama and their mama's dog loves the Natasha Denona concealer, and I would bet some money that that is the best selling product from the brand. I don't even think that it's probably pretty low odds that that is the best seller from Natasha Denona. For me, it creases. It's too heavy on my I have very thin and pretty loose and like fine lines under my eyes. I'm 41 years old. Am I 41? Yes, I'm 41 years old. Oh my gosh. And I have pretty, like, again, fine lines under my eyes, and concealers sometimes end up being too heavy on my under eyes and too hydrating, so that they end up being thick and heavy and creasy. Even though I set them with powder, they end up creasing. And that was me with the Natasha Denona one. It just did not work out. I'm gonna be using the concealer from Maxine's Revenge instead. This is the one that I was traveling with. So even though I used a little, sometimes when I used a little, I didn't get like the coverage that I wanted. And then when I used as much as I would do, like with this one, for example, I'm gonna use this a little bit in my T-zone and just a little bit as like, almost like how I would use a foundation. But if I used as much as I wanted to, it ended up creasing on me unless I used really a lot of powder. And if I used as much powder as I wanted to use, it ended up creasing. If I used more powder, it ended up looking heavy. So I was like, am I the only person in the world that this concealer just isn't working for? Because all of the like creators, all my creator friends were raving about this concealer. Everybody was loving it. And I'm just like, I felt like I was the only one who didn't love it. But since then, I have heard that there are like more, especially I feel like there are more people of you, viewers, that have also said, yes, this concealer was just too heavy for me. It didn't work out for me. So I think that it makes me feel a little better that I am not alone in being the only one that this concealer just didn't work out for. And I will say, if you have the same preferences as I do when it comes to concealers, I would say for me, the Natasha Denona concealer, and I have heard people describe it as liquidy, and I'm just like, are we trying the same formula? I don't understand, because for me, I felt it was too heavy and too thick, and it didn't work out for me. I have not tried any of the illuminating primers from Natasha Denona because, again, did I say that? I don't know if I said that, but again, I'm 41 years old, but I have oily combo skin. So I really don't need anything that's gonna make me look dewier, okay? So I didn't try that one out. What I do have actually still in my collection is the powder foundation. This is the High Glam powder foundation. I have mine in N6, which I think we all can see that, oh my God, this is not my shade right now. What I will say about the bronzer, I think you can see it here now on the hand, on the side. You can see it very, very clearly. I wish it was a little bit more golden. It is a little bit too cool tone to be a perfect bronzer for me. You can definitely see on my hand that it is not as golden as my tan is. It is definitely almost like a little bit of a purple neutral undertone in there, which is perfect for a lot of people, but if you're like me and you want a golden bronzer, this isn't golden enough. But I thought we could use this one to set the middle of my face. I haven't tried the setting powder from Natasha Denona, so I actually don't know how that is. But this powder foundation, again, since we didn't use the foundation, This does offer a little bit of coverage, actually quite a lot of coverage. And the only thing you have to realize with this one, that is that you have to do concealer first and then powder foundation. But as you can see, you can definitely get some coverage just with this one. And I'll do that mainly in the center of my face. I feel like that's pretty good. And again, it's not so finicky that you can't go over, like, because we're gonna use a cream blush. It's not so finicky that you can't go over with a cream blush. But I definitely think that, especially if you're looking for something easy and easy breezy for the summertime, or for a easier foundation routine like what I'm wearing today, that also comes with a puff. This is actually really good and I do like it. Do they have a setting spray? I'm thinking about it now and I'm like, do they have a setting spray? I actually don't know. I am gonna be using, oh my god, I almost used the glitter one. Let's not do the glitter one. Oh, here's the normal one. Let's do the normal one from one size. Again, it is very warm outside today. I'm gonna let this set a bit. I'm gonna do my brows. I don't think they have brow products either. There is quite, okay, I don't know how successful Natasha Denona is. Take this with you from like this video. There is a bunch of products that this brand does really well. But I also feel like this is one of the brands, they don't have a big gondola any longer at this further I'm at, but I also think that one of their, I say downfalls, is they didn't really release a lot of staple products except the concealer. But now they're releasing a liquid bronzer, which is fine, but like, where are the brow products? Where are the pressed powders? Like stuff that you go through and you need a new one. There's not a lot of that. What we have are color cosmetics. We have a lot of cheek palettes, we have a lot of blushes, we have a lot of like highlighters and lip products and eyeshadows out of the wazoo, but where are the staples? I don't know if it's that easy to be a mainstream brand without like staple. Okay, let's talk about one of the big mysteries of our time. Where are my lip pencils from Natasha Denona? All I have is the two red ones. So I bought two red lip kits from Natasha Denona, and also one of the lipsticks are also gone. I don't know. Listen, I need to declutter, okay? So I have the liquid lipstick. It's actually pretty nice. I also have a bullet lipstick. Where, you ask? Your guess is as good as mine. But right now, I only find one lip pencil from Natasha Denona, and I know that I have more, but well, one nude one. So this one is the newest one I bought. It's in Clio. Where are my other ones, you ask? I literally no idea. I'm gonna sharpen this one a little bit. I'm not super sad because I like the Natasha Denona lip liners. I really do. But they're not my absolute favorite because they are one of those, look at this, really creamy ones. This one isn't as bunching up thick like the Fenty one, so I do like this one more than the Fenty one. But it's still a smidgen too creamy for my personal take, like what I like. But I still think that this is a good one. I do like Natasha Denona lip liners, but you can definitely get an equal good one for less money, definitely. So I have this is from the collection that was like my dream something. So this is my dream gloss from Natasha Denona. This is the only gloss I have left. Natasha Denona makes amazing glosses. I had another one as well. I got rid of it because it was old, like capital letters old, but it was beautiful. The formula is thin, perfect amount of pigment versus transparency, and just looks beautiful and feels wonderful on the lips. I really recommend the lip glosses. They only have a few colors. It is what it is. I will say though, a little expensive, but I love it. The lipsticks are beautiful. Again, where are my other colors? In my collection somewhere. I literally have no idea. This is one of my most used when I'm doing a cool tone look and I want to have something that's leaning pink but not pink. Both of these are like from my dream collection. They're like this really beautiful almost pink, and they really work and give me just enough pink on my like lips. I also have Charlotte. I don't even know if this one exists anymore, but this is a yellow leaning nude, and I love a yellow leaning nude. I think that is beautiful. And then it is, I'm pretty sure this is Noah. Yeah, Noah, which is one, or used to be, one of my most used nudes in my collection. I love Noah. It is like a neutral brown. So on me, it almost looks a little cool tone because it is more like a neutral chocolatey brown, but not too warm. I think this formula is stunning. It smells like vanilla. It is a little bit expensive. The packaging is beautiful. The colors. So the main thing about the I Need a Nude lipsticks by Natasha Denona is that she nailed the undertones. These are interesting nudes with amazing, interesting undertones. Love Noah, love Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte is available anymore. Natasha Denona's favorite shade, which is pretty close to this one. It's just this formula is a little bit more cream, like shiny. It is like a satin. And I feel like you can get an affordable satin lipstick, but what this formula has going for it is that the undertones are so interesting and so good. So maybe get it on like a discount. Maybe get it on a discount. You know what I have a lot from Natasha Denona? Cheek products. Cheek products, cheek products, cheek products. But I think that this is something the brand does so well. I love these little trios. This is the golden highlighter trio. This is probably the one that makes the least sense because it's 3 highlight. I can use all 3 of these, but I personally, I would prefer making duos where you can have like 3, one for different skin tones or something, but having all like 3 different depths in one palette, I don't feel like that makes sense for a normal consumer. Love this one. This is the Berry Pop. Oh, so beautiful. Absolutely obsessed. And then this is the My Dream Cheek Trio. I've used this one so much. It is so beautiful. You can see this middle one is looking mucky. I've used it so much. This one has a blush and 2 highlighters, and this one has 2 blushes. One is very glowy, and then a highlighter. Absolutely obsessed with these. And I also have this one. This is my Dream Glow Blush. This is okay. You can blend. There is like a matte, one that has a little bit of a glow to it, but like they're not like dead matte. And then you can blend in the glow or be a little bit more. It's a nice dipping your toes into Natasha Denona cheek formulas. But you know what I'm really obsessed with? The cream blushes that came out. I am so into these. I absolutely love them. So I have a lighter one that is called Simply Shy, and then I have Fresh Mauve that is a little bit darker. Let's use the darker one today. This one has a cream blush and then a cream blush highlighter hybrid. These are beautiful. So I'm gonna use the mauve one today. This formula, delicious. Delicious. It's such a good formula. This is where I'm like, yes, this is worth the money, because Natasha Denona is a little bit more of an expensive brand, but dang, I love this formula. I'm just using the cream one without the shimmer right now. I just think this formula is beautiful. It is thin enough that you can sheer it out, but it's also buildable. It looks glowy on the cheeks, but it isn't tacky on the cheeks. It dries down to a level where it feels nice on the skin. Your hair won't stick to it, but it still looks fresh. Like, look at that. Oh, it's so good. And I will say, at this point, when there's so many good like indie shadows in the world, this is my favorite product from the brand. Absolutely obsessed with this product. It is so good. It is one of the better cream blush formulas in my collection. I absolutely love it. Let's do a little bit of the one that has sheen to it too, so you can see what it looks like when you get that on. Like, look at that. Oh, it's so stunning. I just love this formula so much. I mean, you don't even need a highlighter on top of that. It just looks incredible the way that it looks. I cannot sing the praises enough of these. They are beautiful. They also released highlighters. This was last year. This packaging is stunning, like so stunning. These are the High-Gen highlighters. This is medium. I also have the light one. Let me show you. It's like a little bit more icier. I'm gonna use the medium one because I definitely have enough tan, so nobody needs to be putting that light one on me. This is a really beautiful, again, cream to powder formula. It's really nice, almost like a putty formula, but not quite. I do think that this is a stunning formula. I think that this is really beautiful. Also, since it is a little creamy, you can mix it in together with other creams if you want to and just give them a sheen. Personally, I have other highlighter formulas in my collection that I like more, like that Fenty one that's being discontinued. I do like this one, but I don't like it as much as that Fenty one. But at least this one is still around. Yard work coming? I think the yard work is coming. But I mean, look at it. It does look beautiful on top. I'm gonna use a little bit here as well. I'm just using this and going upwards over my brow to create the illusion that I have a longer forehead, because I have the shortest forehead in the entire world. No, I don't, but like, look at this ridiculous forehead. What is that? Blush and the highlighter and even the bronzer. Cheek products. I mean, listen, the eyeshadows are great. They're fun, they're great. But the cheek products, that's where the brand really shines. Those are A+, 100% recommend. I'm gonna do a little bit of eye primer. I don't have the Natasha Denona eye primer anymore. I don't know if they still produce it. They used to have an eye primer. It was really good. I really liked it. I used it a lot, actually. I've used more than one up. But I want to use the mini, I was going to say mini grunge, no, mini gloom palette. And when I used this one, I was saying, oh, this one is actually leaning a little neutral on me. If you want to see a look where I'm only using this palette. That video was live on, I think, Monday, where I'm using only this palette. But I'm actually going to be using with my favorite Natasha Denona palette, which is the Yucca palette. And I want to use a little bit of warm tone. This is so yummy. If you have golden undertones like me, ugh, beautiful. I want to use it together with this to see, do these two go together? Because they're definitely not the same shades. I can tell you that right now. They're not dupes. They're not the same shades. This one that you see here, much more warm tone than the one that you see in this palette. So I want to start with this one. It's called Fushi. I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to start like going with this one and just see, do these two go together? Like if you have one, will they like match together? Because I feel like if you own one of these, the other one is probably your style too. Okay, I got a little thin layer of eye primer on, even though we are going to start with the cream to powder. Cream to powder is my favorite formula from Natasha Denona. Absolutely love it, but I've heard rumors in the corridors, I don't know if this is true or not, that it is being phased out. I hope it's not true. Thoughts and prayers. So we're gonna start with Fushi. I'm not even sure what kind of look I'm doing. Should I know that? But I think I'm just gonna put this actually all over, and we're gonna build on top of this. And I wanna see how the other palette performs with yellow underneath. Love this color. I also forgot to say, I do have the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. This was the first highlighter that they came out with. Fantastic. Like literally, if you are looking for that 2016 glow, I'm not even kidding, that highlighter is it. Such a good formula. If you're actually looking for something similar to this from the drugstore, Pixie's highlighters, the round ones with the screw on top, similar in formula. They're pretty similar. I think this is what I'm looking for. I think I'm gonna do the same under the eye too. And then we are gonna go in with this one. I think I'm gonna use the brown, the mucky brown one. I just wanna see. We're for science. We're doing this for science. Because I said when I was doing a look with the mini gloom, I'm like, these are not like warm at all. I thought this was gonna be a warm grungy palette. But now we're gonna see, can we fool the system? The yard work is still hovering in the background, but we're gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna use this one. So this is the new palette that just came out, like I said. And how am I gonna do this? You know what, I might just, ooh, yeah, I think this is gonna be so good together. I might just do this in the outer corner, like a little V like this. Because again, I don't feel like I need to, on this channel, talk more about the fact that I like these eyeshadows. The cream to powder especially, like they're so good. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. That is so my style. It's actually ridiculous. Okay, I think lawn guy has moved on. I'm gonna use a little bit more of this dark shadow. This is an EO7, and I am just gonna be lining a little bit on the outer part here, not all the way, but just really putting a lot of effort on this like outer corner. Yeah, that's what I want. Almost like creating a little bit of a wedge situation and just fluffing it out here. Not like a wing. And I think I'm gonna do the same in here. Just want to kind of accentuate. I'm gonna switch to, oh my god, he is back. I'm gonna switch to an eyeliner brush. This is the E12. I have two of the pen eyeliners from Natasha Denona. Also, this is gonna be, someone called me the Nostradamus of makeup and I thought it was so funny. I think the next thing Natasha Denona is gonna release that is like a new product is either gonna be a new foundation, because I think it's time. I think it's time for new foundation. I think that's probably happening the beginning of next year. End of December, beginning of next year, I'm guessing foundation by Natasha Denona, maybe even a pressed powder, and also mascara. I would be deeply surprised if we don't see mascara from Natasha Denona soon. But I do have the macro eyeliner, which is extremely pigmented. This one is, it's a felt tip liner, but it's a great quality felt tip liner and it's extremely pigmented to the point where I don't think this is for beginners. If you are great at liquid liner, this is an amazing liquid liner. I said what I said. These are beautiful. The pens, unfortunately, mine has like dried out a bit. This one is in, I think this is a fuchsia, right? The same color. Yeah, the same color as the eyeshadow, but it has like dried out a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Like, why are you the way you are? I don't know why some of these expensive eyeliners, they're so good, and then they dry out and they're just like dead to the world. How am I supposed to get this in my waterline? I will try. I will try. I don't see this happening. That is not happening. This is now an actual crayon, which is a shame because it was so good in the beginning, but not any longer. Do I have anything I can use instead? The ColourPop ones are really good. This one is like actually like gold though. I don't want that. What is this one? Is this one yellow? This one is yellow. And this one is older and I think this one will work better. Yeah, look at that. This one is older and it's ColourPop. Why is it better? Not even asking for a friend, asking for me. At least my hair is somewhat cooperating today. So can we all be like a little bit happy about that? I say as I'm fluffing my hair and it's looking weird. I think my hair is looking pretty decent today. Okay, what will I say about Natasha Denona? All of the products that I have bought, I've bought basically everything from the brand. I think I have 2 palettes that I have gotten in PR from the brand when I was very quickly on the PR list, which I'm not any longer. I wish I was. I wish I was because I love this brand. I love everything that I have bought, except I didn't love the Plexi highlighter. Not my favorite. I think you can do much better than that highlighter. And I also didn't love the liquid blush. It's not bad, but it's a little bit too sheer and it only comes in 3 colors. And I feel like it's one of those throwaway products that you really don't need. And then the concealer is just not made for me. It's not made for my under eyes. A lot of people do love it though. But I'm just saying that if you tried it and you didn't love it either, at least we can be alone together in this, because most people do tend to love that concealer. It wasn't my perfect match. I think I have decluttered some other things as well, where I'm like, it's not that I hate them, I just didn't use them anymore. And then clearly I lost some lip products because where are they? Nobody knows. Oh, you know what I decluttered? The burning lip gloss, the golden one. No. We are not doing the medieval torture device lip glosses on my channel. I don't like the tingling, burning, plumping lip glosses. If I want bigger lips, I'm gonna get fillers. I don't want to torture myself with that. I absolutely do not like it. Let me know your thoughts and let me know what you think. I did a pretty easy eye look. I mean, this is 2 eyeshadows. This is 2 eyeshadows and that's it. And I actually really like it. I think it's an easy, everyday look that's bringing a little bit of color. And I just wanted to see if the tones actually go together with a yellow, and they do. I feel like blend it out really easily. So I feel like this is actually a true neutral, like grungy greens, where you could go either cool tones or warm tones. You could probably mix that one together if you have the Xenon palette too and make it even more cool toned if that is something that you're after. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what brand you want to see next in a full face of. I'm thinking Huda Beauty. Right? It's time. Huda Beauty. Right. Right?